Welcome guys, here at Equity Fitness, we're going to go over our top 3 faults in the Concept 2 erg stroke. All right, so when we're on that rower, these are the top 3 things that we see people struggling with on their stroke. And these faults just create loss of power output. And the rower is all about creating power. So we're going to try and identify those faults so we can correct them later. The first one is going to be our hips shooting underneath of our shoulders. I'm just going to demo that for you real quick. All right, so what you saw there was that instead of my hips being behind the shoulder when I'm in that catch position, so hips behind the shoulder, what you're seeing is the hips shooting forward behind the shoulders. The reason this is an issue is because it reduces our power output. Opening and closing the hip is where we create power. And in order to open the hip, it needs to be closed. So in this position, in a proper catch position, the hips are behind the shoulders. And now with this closed hip, there's plenty of room for me to open the hip, okay? So if my hips are shooting forward, now my hips are relatively open, and now there's less room for me to open my hips, right? So we want to make sure that those hips stay behind the shoulders. That's our first major fault. The second fault that we see a lot is bending the knees before the arms are straight, and this is in the recovery. And this gets us out of whack. It's messing up the order of operation, and then it also changes the efficiency, there we go, third time's a charm, the efficiency of putting energy into the rower. All right, so I'm just going to demo what this looks like. It's bending the knees before the arms are extended in recovery. What you can see there is my knees are bending, and then I have to go over and then back down. I have to go over my knees. And that's super inefficient when we're trying to put power into the rower. It also messes up our rhythm. It's not getting that order of operation and just messing up the rhythm and the order of the stroke. So arms, then the knees. All right, make sure the arms are straight, then bend the knees. All right, our third fault. What we see is an over pull or an under pull. And what that means is basically you're either overextending or underextending the pull. So I'm going to show the underextending first, and that's shorting a pull. What you can see there is that I'm not getting to a full extension, that the stroke is very short. And we want that stroke to be a little bit longer so we can get more power out of it. But then you have the flip side of that, which is the overextension, and that's overpulling. This is what the overpulling looks like. So as you can see, I was kind of pulling to my chin, and it's just going over the top. We don't need that much pull. You're getting into a bad position. What we want to see is just pulling to the bottom of the sternum and about a 45-degree angle in the back. All right, so that over and under pulling, it shortens the stroke, so you're getting less power, or you're over pulling, you're just getting out of position, and you're not strong in that top of the pull, so you're not getting any additional power out of the pull. It's just taking more time. All right, guys, so that's our 3 faults that we see most frequently in the gym. Hips shooting underneath the shoulders in the catch, bending the knees before the arms are straight in the recovery, and finally over or under pulling. I hope these faults really help you out, guys, get you more efficient on that rower, get those times in the workouts a little bit faster. Hope you guys have a great time with these, and cheers.